All right,
My
guys.
phone just
Hey,
died on me. Oh, we're recording?
we just started.
My goodness. I'm
No, it's
sorry,
all
guys.
good. Now, welcome everybody. Episode 4 of Totally Geeked Out the show with Mark,
And Bryson
and we're here
is
to
always
talk
ready.
about yeah, the Brave New World. So you saw it opening night, right?
Yeah, I saw it opening night. I got my keychain. Where's my keychain? I actually like mess with that keychain like all the time. I can't find it all of a sudden. But yeah, God damn, what's that? Whatever. I got a keychain. It's a cool keychain.
What was the vibe like?
I'm gonna be honest with you. So it's the first opening night of a Marvel movie that I've went to in a long time. And when I was going into it, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I haven't been to open night for like, any comic book, any like crazy fan thing for a while. And I'm not gonna lie, it was the calmest crowd. Like, and before we get into it, I like the movie in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to just shit on the movie the whole time. Yeah, the crowd was chill. I'm not gonna lie, the crowd was chill. I think like Transformers 2 or 3, like opening weekend, and it was like extremely loud. You know what I'm saying? There was one part. I guess we're having spoiler discussions at this point, right?
Yeah. So, guys, if you care, I mean, most of the good stuff is in the freaking trailers anyway.
100%.
But yeah, spoiler alert from here on out. So tune out and come back if you haven't seen it yet. It'll probably be on Disney Plus next week.
Bro. Maybe that's that. But yeah, spoiler warning. The one time in the film where the crowd was like cheering and stuff like that. Yes. What do you think it was?
Was it something in the trailers? No.
You probably can guess what it is. It's fan screening.
I mean, honestly, because when I saw it, there was only like 3 people in the theater, and I
Mm-hmm.
think the couple in the back were just making out. I don't even think they were there for the movie. They just wanted an empty space.
But we're happy we're
Oh,
happy that they chose that.
when Bucky showed up,
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it
yeah,
was. Yeah,
pure
that was
fan service.
yeah. Everybody was happy about that. That was cool.
That wasn't even Bucky. That was James Buchanan. You know what I'm saying? That was not the Winter Soldier. That was James Buchanan.
That was the hypest moment, bro. And yeah, it was pretty chill, bro.
Yeah, I was curious about that because, like, yeah, I saw it at a small local theater on a Sunday evening. I think second weekend, totally
Mm-hmm.
empty. Which is how I like to see movies. Sometimes, if I'm not going to see them on opening night with a lot of people for the hype, I don't mind watching them by myself in a chill environment. But yeah. So okay, so let's start at the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the numbers, I don't think the movie's doing very well. It was tracking slower than Quantum Mania, which is not great.
Better than the Marvels.
And
Better than the Marvels, though, huh?
better than the Marvels, which is good. It's good to be better than the Marvels. So it's gotta hit at least 400 million to, I think, to not be considered a flop. And I think it's at about 300 now.
I see it ending at 4 million or a little under.
400.
Yeah.
I don't. I think they'll have to leave it in the theaters for it to hit 400 million. I don't know if they're going to do that, but okay. So financially, I mean, not great. It wasn't a powerhouse. It's been at the top of the. It's been at the top of the box office, but that's just because there's been no competition. There's really no, and this is we're recording this um, Oscar weekend actually, and this is a really mild Oscar weekend, at least for the box office. Okay, so you said there were things you liked about the movie. I'll let you go first.
Okay.
So tell us the things you liked about it. Let's be positive on the.
So what I liked about the movie, it's so sad because I've seen all this stuff in the trailers. The thing I like about the movie the most is the action, and seeing Sam Wilson's Captain America in action. Like I think like for instance, and this was in the trailers, the scene where he flies down super fast and then there's like the shockwave after. I thought that was cool. I love stuff like that. I love
That was in the
flight.
first. trailer. Yeah, wait for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that was in like I think the second trailer.
Man,
Like
okay.
it was in one of the trailers. Though. It was in one of the early
Yeah,
trailers.
we've been seeing that
And
image for a long time. It was cool, but
yeah,
we've been seeing that image for a long time.
I thought that was really cool. I like the way he was moving. I like he was flying at one point. There's this point where like he's flying, he needs to change directions really fast, so he just completely shuts down the wings, flips around, and turns the wings back on in the other direction.
His Falcon stuff was dope.
Yeah,
I
that was
mean, like flying stuff. Like, you know what I'm
yeah
saying?
yeah. It was cool, and I thought all that stuff was really cool. I like action was cool. I like his Robin, which is pretty much, New Falcon, right? I think he's a really cool sidekick type of character. Like Robin type. Like, how many cool sidekicks have we seen on screen? Like, in
Marvel
live,
doesn't do sidekicks as much as like you have.
not, that's what I'm thinking. Like, even like, if you look at like, the old Batman, Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I like this. I think he has the energy. What's his name again? His character's name?
That's a
Torres?
great sign that I don't remember.
Okay.
Let's just
Okay.
call him the Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon, right? New Falcon, young Falcon, little Falcon.
Young Falcon.
Little Falcon was really cool. He had like a really cool energy. He felt like he felt like a superhero. That's the best way I can put it. Like he felt like a young superhero. He felt like he had just that energy and that vibe to him. Felt more like a superhero in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. He felt more like a superhero than I think a lot of characters in these movies feel. Do you know what I'm getting? Like, do you know where that might come from? Can you explain that?
I don't know. I liked him. I don't have a problem with the character. I
Yeah,
liked him in the first movie. I liked that they brought him back and upgraded him, gave him a
I
suit.
didn't like him in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I
No.
mean, it's not like I didn't dislike him, but it's like I didn't care about him in Falcon and Winter Soldier. But seeing him in this is like I really did like him, and I was like, and we're having spoiler discussions. I was like, bro, if y'all kill him off, like don't kill. I've only said two things I've liked about the movie so far, and he's one of them. So like, yeah, don't kill him, like please. But yeah, I'll jump. I like Lil Falcon. I like the action. That's about it.
So as a movie, okay, so how about the plot as
Sorry, yes, I do. I really like I like the villain. I like the he's known as the leader, right? In the comics, right?
yes, Sam Stern is the leader in
I
the
like him.
comic.
Like him, especially when he was in the darkness. I kind of wish he would have stayed there for the most part. I like when he's just in the shadows and you see like his kind of silhouette in the eyes. That was cool. I thought that was really dope.
Yeah, he looked pretty good even when they like kind of first showed like that we were going to get that character when they showed that drip, even though that was like almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Which again, so all right, so wait, so what about the plot? How did you feel about the plot?
The only thing I liked about the plot is that it was Marvel characters. I mean, other than that, it's just like like the villain. He was. I don't know, man. It's like a lot. It's kind of like a lot was happening and nothing was happening. I
Say
like a
that
little
again.
like
A whole lot of nothing.
yeah, it felt like a lot of nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like certain things like the idea like the leader found some way to control people from where he was at. I like stuff like that. They did the kind of like the music stuff, but it's just like a lot of those. I think that stuff.
He was a cool character. The leader's a cool character. He's a great villain for the Hulk, as he is one of the Hulk's main villains, because usually the Hulk fights people like the Abomination or Juggernaut, people with physical power, but the
Mm,
leader does not have physical power. He only has the mental power and the strategy. So it's usually really great to kind of see that juxtaposition, which begs the question: why in the hell is he in this movie, or why in the hell is he the villain of a Captain America movie along with Red Hulk, another Hulk villain slash anti-hero? I did not understand when I first saw it, and I remember you even saying, "Oh man, Ruffalo going to be in this movie? He's got to be. It doesn't make any sense." Blase, blase. And I was like, "Yeah, man, maybe." You know what I'm saying? Because you're right. It doesn't really make any sense. And that's sort of like where I come down on it right now. And I understand that this is like at least probably two movies in one, like that it was reshot thoroughly.
Director said
But,
there were no reshoots.
huh?
The director said there were no reshoots. He
Man,
said it
that's,
was all just pickups and
yeah.
additional.
Okay. So from my perspective, even before I get into like what the hell happened with the movie, the idea behind the movie, right? A lot of people are not cool with Sam being Captain America. And there's different reasons for that. Some legit, some not legit. A lot of people did not see the Disney Plus show, so they didn't see the transitions. I think there's sort of like a backlash against swap outs in comic movies right now. So I think he probably got caught up a little bit in that. I don't know how fair that is, as he does have some, comic authenticity, this historical precedent for Sam being Cap for a while. But I'm just going to say, I like Anthony Mackie, and I don't dislike the way he portrayed Cap. But to be honest, I think I like him better as the Falcon. I like him better as the Falcon than as Cap.
You know what I think is interesting? I feel like more people seen Captain America Winter Soldier than people seen First Avenger, right? I think we can confirm those numbers somewhere else. But you didn't need, and I said this when we talked about this like at some point after I seen the movie. I'm not trying to see Sam talking about how he doesn't know if he should be Captain America and debating whether or not, he's worthy. Like we had a whole series that showed, like you said, the transition, right? This movie should have been more like Winter Soldier in a sense that he's Captain America. That's just what it is. You've seen Endgame. Everybody's seen Endgame. You've seen him get the shield. Maybe you didn't see the show. Maybe you did see the show. But he should have started this movie as Captain America and been doing Captain America stuff the whole movie. And he should just been in that mode. Him not being sure of himself. They did kind of work that into like there's this parallel between him and Ross, but it's like, bro, you
Yeah,
can't
nah. I
you
mean,
can't do two things. You can't do that shit over there and then come back and do it over here again and
well,
just
and Marvel has made a habit of doing that. They did that with Wanda as well, right?
hey,
Like the double dip
yeah.
into the character pool, and it didn't work. It didn't work well for them there. It didn't work well for them here either. So yeah, so Sam as Cap is a problem you got to overcome. I don't know that they necessarily overcame it. The flying sequences look good, but we saw most of the good looking stuff in the trailer, right? Especially like that final trailer, they even showed us some of the other fight scenes. So yeah, Sam cutting cars in half and vibranium energy shields tanking Red Hulk attacks and all that kind of stuff. It was cool, even though the way Sam ended up beating him was ridiculous, because it's like he tried to talk him down. It didn't work. So how's he going to beat him? Well, about 10 minutes later, he's going to try to talk him down, and it's going to work. It's like, okay. Like, that's it. Straight talk no jutsu for no reason.
I think wasn't it you that said that Betty should have showed up there to stop him? I think so. I feel
Who should have showed up?
a Betty.
Yeah, it would have made more sense. And then they ended up bringing her in anyway, like
Yeah,
later when he's already locked up. So, like, why don't you bring her in earlier? And again, all of this is contingent on people remembering stuff from the Hulk from years and years ago. And I don't think that's a smart bet. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
like that, but yeah,
well, and then on top of everything else, if people are going to remember those kind of details, like Ross and his daughter having issues because of her relationship with the Hulk, blah, 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 shouldn't all that be wrapped up in a Hulk movie? I mean,
they
is it
did
just
break the
me?
show tell rule because they tried to explain all that in the beginning of the movie. You remember that? The movie starts off and it's just them talking about the relationship between Ross and his daughter. And
Yeah, I get they're trying to rekindle people's memory and create some sort of
that wasn't it.
emotional stakes.
That wasn't it. Because I thought, remember when I was saying that like Mark Ruffalo's definitely going to be in the movie, I'm thinking, yeah, he's going to be in the movie. And this movie is going to be like almost like a Hulk movie in a way, but they can't do a Hulk movie because, the whole thing with Universal or whatever.
But
Like
they should have done what they did with Ragnarok.
that's what I'm saying. I thought it was gonna be something like that, where it's like you're doing a Hulk type storyline, you know what I'm saying? But in someone else's movie,
Yeah,
it'd be like a half and half type thing. Like I thought, bro, I
that
didn't
could have
think that this
worked.
fight you're showing is gonna be your third act big ending fight, like the one that you're showing in the trailers. Like they won. Like what do you like? They were showing us things. Like if you go back in time, they're showing us things in the first trailer that is from the third act of the movie, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Most of the good stuff was already in the trailer. And then speaking of wasting good stuff, the Sidewinder character, the Serpent Society character, Giancarlo Esposito, one of my favorite actors, even though he's kind of getting typecast, whatever, ever since Breaking Bad, but still,
Your
just
type.
absolutely wasted in the way they used him.
They said they didn't kill him.
No, at least they didn't kill him, but they had, I mean, what the heck? It's as bad as what they did in this Gladiator 2 finale. It's like, what's this thing with old men fighting the hero at the end of the movie? It's like, bro, you're 60. You're going to fight Captain America? This is like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would we think that you could beat him? Just like when Denzel fought the Gladiator at the end, like, bro, Denzel, we love you and you're the equalizer. Like, you were the equalizer and you're all, you're 70 or whatever.
His character in I just seen that movie. I just seen Gladiator 2 like maybe like 2 days
I
ago.
mean, do
Um
you get what I'm saying about that?
yeah.
That ending's like, it makes it, that's your plan? You're going to fight him?
I think they threw that in there, like when they talk about like reshoots, because I think we know that he was not always in the movie. I think that was something that we definitely like had like heard about, that they threw him in after test screenings and stuff like that. And I guess they probably threw him in to like make the action
That
better.
just shouldn't have been the finale, is all I'm saying. Like, I like the character, I like the concept, sort of, but yeah, it just didn't play out. So Captain America, Brave New World should have been a Hulk movie, or at least half and half Hulk movie. The Hulk should have been in the movie. All of the Captain America characters are over in Thunderbolts.
I
Those are
seen
the
Steven
characters that
say,
Captain America should have been dealing with. U.S. Agent is over there. The new Black Widow is over there. Like,
and what seems to be an Avengers, type of threat. It's like you're like he's supposed to be forming a new team, and it's like, yo, if he does not show up in Thunderbolts, bro, what are we doing? What
Buck,
are y'all thinking?
Bucky would be the bridge. Bucky's over there. Again, all of these Captain America characters are over in the Thunderbolts movie. That's the movie that should have been the ensemble cast. And then you would have got to see Sam spotlighted as, because Steve Rogers, if you put Steve Rogers in like the Chris Evans character, Steve Rogers, in that room with the Thunderbolts, he's gonna shine. Because he's the super soldier, right? Now, Sam is not. Sam is not. But that team isn't all super soldiers. I'm saying if you wanted Sam to shine, and if you wanted people to accept Sam as the new Captain America, that's the movie. That's the cast of characters that you could have had him perform against, as opposed to having him fight the Red Hulk. And I think having the Red Hulk also confuses casual non-comic book fans, because they're like, oh wait, there's another Hulk? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think they did a decent job at explaining it, but it's like I don't
What,
know,
the
man. I
aspirin?
think yeah, I
The
mean like they
pills, the heart pills, or headache pills, or dick pills, the Viagra,
you've
whatever.
been taking gamma pills, bro. You know what I'm saying? How you didn't know? I don't know.
He was getting that gamma powered Viagra.
He sure was.
Okay, so the movie looked as good as it could look. I mean, I didn't have any problems with that per se, but I think most of those over the top fight scenes were also, so I think the movie was taking inspiration from Winter Soldier, and most of the over the top fight scenes, like when um Red Hawk smashes him into the White House and he's doing the fights against the Jets. And how the hell is he bouncing the shield from missile to missile with no super soldier serum? Do you remember
What?
that?
What the guy wasn't U.S. agent before he got the serum. He was throwing that shield like that too.
No, think about this,
When did
Bryson.
he get the serum? When did U.S. agent get the
No,
serum?
no, U.S. agent never did a feat like what I'm talking about. I mean, he gets the serum towards the end of the series. But what I'm saying is, Sam is flying. He's flying in the Falcon suit at like supersonic speed, or like hundreds of miles an hour.
I see what you're saying. Hey,
And
bro.
then the jets are coming again, and then the jets fire missiles, which go even faster than jets. Jets go fast, missiles go faster than jets. And I don't have a problem with the idea that the Falcon has reflexes, like he can dodge missiles and he can do all that kind of stuff. I don't even have a problem with the idea that, because he's got the tactical helmet, that he could. Well, first of all, he threw the shield really far to hit that first missile too. That looked like a superhuman feat. That did not look like something a person could do.
We
And
can't
then
question shield physics. Like that's always been a thing. We can't question shield physics. We can't question what that shield can do. You can throw that shield into the air and it is going to come back to you. That shield it links to the wielder. When the wielder wants it to do something, it's gonna do what the wielder wants it to do. It's gonna break any laws.
well,
You already know that.
it proved that for sure. It was basically a character like Doctor Strange's cape.
Yeah.
Like this, what the hell he wanted to do.
Especially when it had the little drones on it. That's like,
I like the drones. I like the two little drones. I think that's more, again, the type of stuff I expect to see from Falcon. I mean, at this point, Sam is basically, I mean, he's almost as armored up as Tony or
yeah. He's
Rhodey.
like Black Panther, Iron Man.
Yeah,
That's how I see him. Like
yeah.
he
He's like
just
Black
got
Panther with the wings.
yeah,
But okay, so ultimately,
like Falcon.
I feel like this movie was trying to do too many things. It was trying to wrap up. So it was trying to introduce adamantium and wrap up the celestial sticking up out of the Indian Ocean, celestial island or whatever. Also, how do they know to call it celestial island? Told them, like, who told them anything about the celestial? Because at the end of the Eternals movie, were any of the Eternals just chilling to
Oh
like?
no. People in the larger universe know about it, right? Because they know about Celestials, like for instance with Nowhere, right? In the
Yeah, but
Guardian.
who told? Because the public at large, like during one of the news broadcasts, referred to it as Celestial Island. Like,
Carol
who
could have
told
told them.
ABC News?
Carol could have got like, I think information on stuff like that could have went from. Shield communicates with the public to a certain degree. I think we've seen like where people know Thanos' name. He never came down there and said that. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I feel like we've seen the general population in the Marvel universe just kind of know things that happened, or like short summary versions of it. Like I think they might have been able to get that information just from
Okay,
Shield knowing what it is.
okay. I mean, it's whatever. I'm not
Mm.
trying to fight about it. But all right, so they're trying to wrap up the fact that there's a celestial sticks, and I don't know how that works. Also, for the core of the Earth, that he's half in and half out and made of adamantium. But I'm not a physicist or geologist. I'm gonna leave that up to Sword or Shield or whoever's got to deal with it. So they're trying to introduce adamantium, which means we know the mutants are coming. We're probably gonna maybe get a Weapon X, something to, you know what I mean? Like they got to do something with that adamantium. And what do you do with adamantium? You let Wolverine cut somebody with it. That's what you do with adamantium. That's what people want to see. So that's cool, I guess. And then you're also trying to make people care about Thunderbolt Ross and his daughter, even though most people didn't really care about those characters, even in the Hulk movie. And that was a long time ago. A
It
long,
would
long
have been Harrison Ford did his thing, but it would have been really cool to see the original actor do that. That would
time.
have
I
been really
mean, if you had done the movie 5 or 6 years instead of however many, 15, 17, I can't even do the math. It's been too long. Overall, bro, I think this movie is not. It's certainly not the direction Marvel needs to be going. Hope. All I can say is I hope this is the end of it. Like I hope from here on out, like from Fantastic Four, from everything else that we get, I hope we are moving in this new direction as we this because as of right now, I'm not optimistic about Doomsday. And if they don't smash Fantastic Four and they don't smash Doomsday, I am optimistic about Daredevil. I think Born Again that looks great.
It's funny. I think I have more faith in Fantastic Four than Daredevil in a weird way.
You're crazy. Why would you say that?
I expect to be
Why do you say
proven
these
wrong.
things?
I expect to be proven wrong, but we know that Daredevil was a part of that era of Marvel where they did not have their shit together. And then they brought in old people to fix it, right? Daredevil OGs, like from the Netflix show or stuff like that. So it's like, I think about that. Like whatever you have now is the fixed version of garbage. And I'm just a little worried about that. Of what was potentially garbage. Maybe it wasn't even garbage. Whereas I feel like Fantastic Four had a vision since a director got it, since the Spider-Man director left. I think it had a direction and they've been working on that the whole time. And it just gives me some more faith in it. And that direction is more in line with where Marvel is going in the future. Whereas I just feel like Daredevil is still like, I look at Daredevil the same way I look at Captain America, like this last Captain America movie, where it's like I want it to be good, but I just kind of I don't have full confidence in it just because of where it was at, how it got to where it's at.
Well, back in the day, and by back in the day I mean like during the original Endgame saga, like the Infinity Saga, Marvel was able to do things like they would put ingredients on the table, and at first you didn't think these ingredients could work together, and somehow they mixed them up, and all of a sudden, bam, you had the Avengers. And then all of us, you know what I mean? Or they bring in some strange looking ingredients that people don't recognize, and people are like, well, I don't know if I want to try that. But then they mix it up correctly, and then James Gunn whips out, dang, Guardians of the Galaxy, and people ate it up. So it's like before, when I saw strange ingredients coming out, I would be like, what's Marvel cooking up? And they did it initially with the Disney Plus shows. WandaVision was probably the strangest mixture of ingredients. And more or less, I had some issue with how they ended it. But more or less, I really enjoyed WandaVision, and I thought if this is what they continue to do with Disney Plus shows, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. But now, my faith, when I see this Hulk movie, Jesus Christ, when I see this Captain America, when I see this Captain America movie, I see a bunch of ingredients that don't go together, and there was no master chef. There was no semi-pro kitchen to pull it off and make it come together. So they ended up serving, hey guys, look what we got. We got beef stew, pancakes, and spaghetti. It's like, wait, what? Like, yeah, dig in, guys. And it's like, so I just hope, again, when I look at the Thunderbolts, I'm like, wow, that movie should have Captain America in it. This movie should have had the Hulk in it. So I just don't know that their recipes are good right now. So we'll see. But yeah, I got to give Captain America like a C. It was not.
I'm
Great.
surprised you give it a C plus. I'd give it like something a C.
Yep, not great. So we're gonna be coming back. So the next thing we're gonna have is Daredevil. I
So
think.
yeah, it's next week, and I'm assuming they're gonna drop like 2 episodes if they
Yeah.
do things. Yeah.
And on a different note, so you said you got to catch up on Invincible, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Do
I'm gonna
that,
watch the
man.
first 2 episodes of Invincible season 3. If it ain't hidden, I'm done. Like I Invincible
Wait, so I mean, not that we're gonna get into this now, but did you not like season 2?
season 2 is alright. It was cool.
Really, I really like the direction they took season two, like the whole relationship with Mark and Cecil. So
I like
you know what?
concept from season 2. I
Huh?
don't necessarily love how they did it. Like for instance, like certain things like you finished it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm caught up. I'm
Yeah,
waiting
yeah.
for the next episode in season three now.
There's a point where like the whole thing and people like made memes about it, but the part where like Mark killed
Wait. This is season two spoilers. Season two spoilers. Invincible. Okay.
when Mark killed black dude, right? Big brain,
Ancient
multiverse man.
Levy.
Yeah, yeah. He killed him. He was like, I thought you were stronger, right? I thought that was
We
cool.
should have
I
killed
think
that dude.
yes, but I thought that was cool. I also like the idea that Mark, like the way that they played it to me, was that he's evil in every other universe. I thought that was really cool too. I think that's like a really cool concept that your protagonist is evil in every other universe and multiverse, or at least most of them. You know what I'm saying? I thought
Or
that
at
was
least
really
every universe that Ancient Levy encountered him in.
yeah, that was really cool. But I mean, Invincible is like just go watch. I don't know,
Okay,
dude.
so
Like
you know
it,
what? Because Invincible and Omni Man are Superman,
parodies.
yeah, parodies, shadows versions. Let's wait. Maybe when we get a little bit closer to the Superman rollout. Excuse me, because by that point, season three will be done because there's only more two episodes, only two
Mm-hmm.
episodes left in season three. And I don't know if you know about the finale of season three.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't want to spoil it for you. You should make it to. I mean, I'm enjoying Invincible. I enjoyed season two. Season three takes us in some different directions, and it's like setting some stuff up. But the finale for season three is looking
Okay. Okay.
so. Okay, so yeah, let's put a pin in that. Let's go back. Anything else you want to? Anything?
I wanna and if you want to do this later, we can. But I want to ask the TikTok question because you know we got to post on TikTok. Um, the TikTok question of what's your top 5 MCU movies? Do you want to do that later or what?
Top five MCU movies. How about can I do it in no specific order and then maybe come back and put them in proper order, right? Because I know. Okay, Winter Soldier is my number. Like Winter Soldier is probably my number one.
Okay.
Like in just like for personal reasons, I think I enjoy it the most,
Okay.
right? Endgame is a fantastic movie, and it's also like it represents, you know what I mean, the culmination of years and years and years of creative work. I think Endgame might be unique. It might be a unique movie. I think it is a unique movie. And there's no other movie that has so much buildup.
Mm-hmm.
There's a decade of buildup. How many movies in the cycle before you get to Endgame?
Okay.
Um,
23.
yeah, that's insane. Nothing else like that. So, are we talking strictly MCU or like the larger?
Strictly MCU.
Oh, strictly MCU. Okay. So let's see. Believe it or not, I really like Ragnarok. I thought Ragnarok was hilarious. I thought Ragnarok, I still
Yeah,
do
watch it.
think, I think Ragnarok is probably the funniest MCU movie. I think it's funnier than Ant-Man. I think it's funnier than Guardians of the Galaxy.
It was so funny that they went ahead and made Love and Thunder.
Well, that's a whole different thing. And Taika Waititi, like, it's like there's certain spices that are really good when you use just the right amount of them, but really, really bad when you use too much of them.
Yeah.
And that's what he is.
Yeah.
But I do think, I mean, I can watch Ragnarok again and again and again. It's really funny. Let's see. So that's three, right?
Yep.
All right. So let's cross out. I'm going to cross out the rest of the Thor movies. I'm gonna put Civil War. I'm gonna put Civil War to the side. It may or may not be on the list.
Okay.
Obviously, the Hulk is out. Obviously, Black Widow is out. Obviously. Okay, everything after Endgame is out as far as favorites can go, I guess. Multiverse of Madness cannot make the list. Shang-Chi could not make the list. And you know what? Iron Man, the original Iron Man.
I was gonna ask you about that. I was
Yep,
like, are you gonna
yep.
have that? Okay. Yeah.
Yep, the original Iron Man. I'm gonna say Civil War. I guess.
Civil War at number 5.
Again, remember I said no specific order. Well, Winter Soldier's number one just because it's number one. I know it's number one. The rest of them is probably no specific order. I have to think about it,
Okay.
like to order the rest of them. But I think you know what? I mean, people. I like Age of Ultron. It
Yeah,
has
yeah.
flaws, but I really enjoy that movie. I think Spader's performance as Ultron is probably it's either him or Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger as my favorite villains. Like I like Thanos, but I actually like Ultron better as a villain than Thanos.
Yeah.
And I like, I mean, Brolin does a great job. I'm not trying to take anything away from his performance, but I think James Spader's Ultron's better. And I think he's coming back for Secret Wars, which would be great.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Like
Yeah.
I've always liked Ultron. Like, cause Ultron was the first Marvel big bad that I really seen as a big bad because of the animated movies.
It's interesting that he got pulled away from his origins because in the comics, he's actually based on Pym, not Stark. They made everything. It's like
Because Stark
movies
is cooler than
simplify
fucking Ant
everything.
Man. Because Stark is cooler than Ant Man, bro. I ain't even trying to like. I don't never
That's just
retcon that.
because everybody's a Stark rider. Everybody's riding Stark's digital jock. Just like on the other side, everyone rode Wolverine. They rode Wolverine for so long that here we are 2 decades later. Hugh Jackman still can't get away from this. Hugh Jackman's gonna get reincarnated as a fucking Wolverine. Like he can never get away from this. This man's been doing this longer than some of these fans have been alive. Most of these fans.
Yeah, actually, that's crazy. I didn't think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah. And I think he's coming back for at least 2 or 3 more movies at this point because of Deadpool and Wolverine's success. But yeah, okay. So, what's your 5? Or do you got your 5 ready?
Nah, no, I ain't gonna lie. I think we're gonna have to come back to this top 5 concept because
Okay.
just so we can do it in the order. You know what I'm saying? And I'll make sure I have mine ready. Well, I'll have mine ready next episode.
Winter Soldier number 1.
For me?
No, for
Oh,
me.
you know, okay,
Me.
okay. Okay, that's ooh wee.
But
Winter.
I'm gonna actually go back and rewatch Age of Ultron and Civil War and see which one hits harder. I think Civil War is going to hit harder because of the whole Bucky Cap fight with Tony.
Yeah, Civil War is gonna be number 1 for me. It's like it might not be number 1 for me, but it's probably gonna be number 1. Like it's just too much. It's like we have. I love Shuri, so I can't stand on this. But maybe peak Black Panther in that movie. Spider-Man is great in that movie. Iron Man's great in that movie. Vision is great in that movie. Scarlet is great in that movie. Captain America has some of his coolest scenes in that movie. Like, there's just the scenes between Tony and Cap are great in that movie.
Airport fight is really cool. It's one of the best fights.
There's so much I can say about that movie. There's just I don't see how any other MCU movie can compare to Civil War, besides arguably Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah, like that's. But I don't really like Endgame. I think Civil War is a better movie, like filmmaking wise, than Endgame is. Endgame is like a really cool experience and a ride.
Yeah.
Like I think Civil War has that like full circle story of a movie. Like it has that. It just feels. It feels like a like the story in itself is solid, even though there's all these different. Man, Civil War is insane. Civil War, yeah, that's probably my number 1. I'll talk more about it when we do the actual, like, you know.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna come back and yeah, we will definitely do top 5 MCU and top 5 DCU.
And then we'll do
Or
the bottom
DCEU,
5.
I guess.
Yeah. DC might have to get like a special. It might just be DC period because they're connected universes.
Well, I mean, and then animated is very different than live action too.
True,
Like
true.
that's a different conversation.
I can say my top 5 DC movies right now. Let's take it. My top 5 DC movies is gonna go
Of all time, like
all
including
time. Of all time.
I'm very curious.
All time. It's gonna go. Here's one variation. It might slightly change from this. Here's one variation: Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, The Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, and Superman Returns. Yo, that is, hey.
So interestingly enough, I know my top two are yours flipped. So The Dark Knight would be number one. Batman Begins would be number two. Probably the original Superman would be number three. Actually, you know what? No, Superman 2 would be number three. Then the original Batman with Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably either the Batman or the Joker. I like them both.
Yo, we actually need to. What did you think of the Joker 2?
I have not seen it, but I've heard nothing good about it.
Yeah, I heard. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really think you should watch it. It is nowhere near as bad as people were saying it is. Like, I seen it like not too long ago. It's like it's nowhere near that bad. It's nowhere near that bad. It's like I'm not gonna say it was great, but there was one thing that I think kind of like there's something they did that I think if they would have done it better, it would have been way better. But
It's on
definitely
HBO. I'll watch it. There's just so many things. But yeah, it's on HBO. I got so disappointed by the reviews. Every single critic that I respect was like crying about it. I was like,
same,
okay.
same. But when I watched it, I'm like, yo, this is like I mean, if you like Joker, like the first Joker movie, like I won't speak on it too much, but all I
So
say is it's the same team. It's just it's a lot of the same people that made the first one, and they didn't just, unlike the reviews would make you think, they didn't just lose all that talent. Like you can see it in the movie. Like it was nowhere near that bad. It was much better than fucking Captain America and like all these other like garbage movies that have came out. Like
okay,
it was better than
I'll give it a
Aquaman.
shot.
People talk about Aquaman, like Aquaman was this great movie. Like,
No, Aquaman was not a great movie, and Aquaman 2 was not a great movie. They were both entertaining popcorn movies, but Aquaman's also not he's not a flagship character. You just need your Aquaman to work. You don't need him to lead. Your Superman, your Batman, your Spider-Man, they need to lead.
the crazy thing that somebody pointed out was the fact that Aquaman reached 1 billion at the box office and Batman v Superman didn't. How is what type of what y'all got set up over there where Aquaman makes more money at the box office than Batman versus Superman? Batman versus Superman. Like, whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how that works either. I got to look at the numbers and I'm curious about that.
It's 1 billion to like 700,000. Like that. Or I don't know if it's a billion to like 700 million or something like that. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think there's two visions of our future. One vision leads us towards Metropolis, and one vision leads us towards Gotham. Meaning, I think the whole Bat verse, Gotham verse, is predicated on the idea that humankind is essentially ruled by his darker side, and that we're always going to get pulled into the shadows, and that we need someone that represents vengeance and retribution. And then the Metropolis vision is, look up, like the sun's gonna shine, and like there's hope. You know what I mean? There's always hope. I don't know which vision is true, and I don't know which vision is gonna prevail. But I think we're gonna get some examples of both visions coming down our way IRL here. So we'll see, and hopefully, Gunn's Superman gives us the bright, shiny Superman that the world needs. I've said that before, but I'll say it again because I think it's true. The world needs Superman. So we'll see. All right, anything else?
I'm trying not to ramble. I'm trying not to go off, but yeah,
Yeah,
we'll talk more about
we're gonna have
Superman.
plenty of opportunity
Yeah,
to come
yeah.
back and talk about
I hope
guns,
James Gunn proves
Superman.
me wrong, man. But whatever. We'll talk more about that closer to it.
All right, and then we'll come back with the official list, our official top 5 list. All right, so for Totally Geeked Out the show, signing off. This is Mark.
Bryson?
All right, guys. We'll see you out there.